All right, welcome everybody. In this video, I want to pick up our discussion about assigning and printing objects in R to the screen. And there is a link in the description of this video to the Colab notebook that is being displayed in this video. And okay, so when we're working with mathematical operations in R, this works very similar to probably how you've worked with mathematical operations in other programming languages. If you haven't coded in R, but you've coded in other languages, we use the kind of typical plus, minus, asterisk, and slashes for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. When you're raising to a power, we can use either the caret symbol or the double asterisk. So for example, if you've done some coding in Python, you have to use the double asterisk. Here, the caret actually does work for raised to a power, or you could use the double asterisk. Either one of those works. As always, when we're writing out more complicated series of operations, parentheses certainly help us read those operations. And when we're typing these operations out, spaces are totally cosmetic. They don't affect the way that those operations are read. And they certainly will help a human being read the operation. So I think spaces do help us read the operations, as opposed to like if you are running several operations all together and they're all clumped together, it might be hard to read them. So sometimes it's nice to use spaces to space them out. So let's take a look at a couple of kind of questions, since I've been saying a lot in these videos and I haven't asked you, the listener, anything. So here is a question for you. This is a code cell here. So this might a text cell. So this might look like a code cell over here, but this is just formatted text in a text cell. So I can't run anything over here. But let's imagine this were a code cell and I were to run this code cell, which is saying, let's assign 3 times 2 all raised to the second power, and I were to assign that to y, and I were to run this code cell, what would be displayed on the screen? Think about that. Well, remember, what would be displayed on the screen in this case would be, and here we haven't really edited any of these code cells, right? Nothing is going to be displayed on the screen because we haven't told R to display the output stored to Y on the screen. This is just going to do the computation, but not print it on the screen. So if I want to take this operation 3 times 2, that is 6, raise it to the second power, 6 squared gives me 36, and I want to check that calculation, make sure that it's being performed correctly, and I want to see that 36 that is stored in Y printed on the screen. I've got 2 ways of doing that. I can either put a Y down here, and that's going to show the 36 on the screen. One way to do it. Or, right, I can put that assignment inside of a set of parentheses and run this, and that also will print it to the screen. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully this notion of assignment and printing to the screen, that's starting to sink in, because the way these sorts of things are done is a little bit different depending on different languages that you're programming in. So this might be a little unique to R. But when we're assigning in R, I really don't want anybody to be using equal signs. We should be using this left pointing arrow for assignment in R. That's really important to keep in mind.